Welcome to Kentucky Gunslingers, and this is the Glock 3645 ACP, which is a single stack 45. Magazine holds 6 rounds, chamber holds 1 round, so it can hold up to 7. This is an older model, which I've personally had for close to 20 years at this point, and has been a primary concealed weapon of mine. I am licensed and live in one of the states where it's legal to do so, and that's one of Glock's compact concealed carry weapons. And a couple of things about it that are unique that we'll talk through, and a couple of strengths and opportunities, in my opinion, based on just the years of owning it. Strengths, obviously, it's a Glock. It's very reliable. It's also very easy to clean, which the slide comes off very easily, where you have access to the spring and the barrel. Concealed, if you have a concealed carry permit and you have a concealed carry pistol, then what you're going to want to do is make sure you clean it often. It shouldn't be a clean once every 6 months type of thing, or clean only when you shoot it. If you're depending on your life with it, you want to make sure it's clean. So for me, it's important that the concealed piece is very easy to clean, because often you're going to want to go in and make sure that it's well lubricated, well cleaned up. There's no obstructions, dust or dirt or grime or anything that's going to get in the way. So that's an important feature of this. The other is striker fire, and some folks are uncomfortable carrying a chambered weapon, which, if you think about it, in a concealed carry scenario, you're not going to have time to chamber it. So making sure that it's chambered and you're comfortable with it being chambered could be critical for your life dependency. It's also critical for the function of the weapon. You want to make sure that it's loaded. Now, striker fire is not going to go unless that trigger is pulled. And Glocks, as you can see, have their trend-setting trigger safety. Trigger can't go back until that is pulled. And trigger has to be pulled for the weapon to discharge. So you're safe with the round chambered and carrying it on your person. The size is also really comfortable. I will say it is a little heavier than some of the other concealed striker fire pistols you'll see that are roughly this size, like the Springfield XDS, for example, and even other Glocks where they have the G43 and the G42. They tend to be a little lighter, and partially because the round is heavy. Another strength of this is there are folks out there that are just not fans of 9mm or 40 cal. I will say, the purpose of this video is not to debate calibers for concealed carry, but just to focus on this. I will say, for someone who's looking for a heavier caliber as a concealed carry weapon, we're looking at a 45 ACP. Good stopping power, those are hollow points, but good stopping power in the weapon itself. Highly reliable, very easy to keep clean, very easy to keep lubricated, and really ready to do what it needs to do. Also, love that the sights are adjustable. I've seen a lot of concealed carries out there that have hard sights because they're meant for very short distance. These are adjustable for windage, which is great. I've done a lot of shooting with this at 25 yards and closer, and I've always been very accurate with it. Even just plinking, which is not something I do in the current environment with it due to the ammo prices and availability, but I have in the past just to keep sharp with it. So a couple of things that I would say are cons. Number one, not everyone's going to be comfortable with that kind of double action pull on a concealed carry. A lot of these striker fires are going to be like this, so it's something you're going to encounter, but that is a long trigger pull to get it to discharge. The other one is going to be preference to what you're looking for a concealed weapon. And for this, my hand size just barely fits that pinky, if you see that. So if you have a larger hand size, you actually might find yourself more like that, where this won't be a very comfortable weapon for you to carry or even shoot. So that's one where I'd say before making a decision on a concealed carry pistol like this one, make sure your hand fits it the way you want to. So highlight a couple of strengths again. Striker fire, safe to carry with a round in the chamber. That's something that you have to get comfortable with something like this, since its primary objective is to be a concealed carry, personal defense type of weapon. Number two, the single stack 45 is great. Gives you a powerful round to carry if that's something that you're really looking for. Also, the reliability and the ease of cleaning that comes with Glocks. I can't stress enough that if you're going to use something as a concealed carry or personal defense weapon, that it's extremely important that it's cleaned, it's well maintained, because if you're ever, Lord forbid, ever in a situation where you need to use it, you don't want it gummed up or anything else. I'd say the cons, go back to a little bit on the weight, a little bit of a heavier pistol. Also, the hand grip. If you've got a larger hand, this might feel a little small and a little wonky to you. Other than that, I would say it's a great pistol, especially if you're looking for something that's going to be concealed carry and you have more of an affinity to a larger caliber rather than your typical 9mm or 40 caliber single stacks, which are out there. It is going to give you a little bit more weight, but you do have a heavy caliber. That's a trade-off. Overall, very reliable. Always been happy with it. It's one that I would say if you're in the market for a concealed carry and you prefer heavy calibers, I would check it out. I would just make sure you feel comfortable with the trigger pull and the hand grip before actually purchasing it. With that, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and if any questions come up, obviously, throw them in the comments.